Hello, everybody. It's probably Red. So today we are gonna go over the rares and one mythic from the Mystic faction of Cataclysm Arcade. Okay, so we're gonna start with Yoshi, Victory at All Costs. This is a level 1 Mystic fighter from the Boom Sub faction. Yoshi has 2 health with an attack cost of 1 and an attack of 1 plus. Yoshi has stealthy, which means it can't be attacked the level it enters play, and Yoshi gets +1 attack when attacking synths. You can pay 2 tokens and tap and destroy Yoshi to destroy target synth fighter. Okay, so Yoshi, there's going to be like this is almost like a sideboard option, but it's not terrible to have a level 1, 2 health fighter with 1 attack cost and 1 plus attack. That, like, since there's only like 6 different factions, I mean, this might not be the right way to look at it, but since there's only 6 different faction combinations, you have 3 that include synths. So if you're looking at it that way, it's like a 50% chance that you'll encounter a synth, depending on like the meta and that kind of thing. Plus, I mean, if you're playing booster pack battle, amazing, because it's very likely there'll be at least one synth. But it's very good if their boss is a synth. That's like the best situation because then Yoshi's getting the most benefit because when they're attacking the boss, they're getting that +1 attack bonus. Okay. Um, and then also, if you consider mono factions as like full on factions, then it's only like 3 out of 10 that you have. So it's more like a 1 in 3 or a little bit less than 1 in 3, like 30% of the time. So it kind of just depends on if people are always going dual faction or if sometimes they're going with a with mono faction. But and I'm not familiar with the sideboard rules yet. I don't even know if there are sideboard rules, but this would definitely be a good sideboard card. And maybe just like if you have enough like card draw and like or even discard, like just to have this as, one or two of just in case you run into like a powerful synth or just to get the extra advantage against them, Yoshi might be a good option. So I think overall a pretty powerful card, but a bit niche. Very interesting rare here. And the boom really seems to not like synths. Okay, so next we've got the Shaman of Eternity. Okay, so this is a level 3 Mystic Fighter, also from the Boom faction, and it looks like we've got he's snapping his fingers and a piece of construction metal. I don't know what that type is called, but some type of metal is falling on the oh gosh, what's his name? Um, Monsieur Mayhem. I really like this art style, especially like the shirt. Oh my gosh, that shirt is amazing. I want that shirt. But I like how it's like 2 different styles. Like perhaps it's almost kind of like I don't know, a voodoo situation where like this is happening somewhere else, but via magic, Shaman of Eternity is able to make that happen. Very interesting. Um, but this is okay. So I already mentioned level 3, but Shaman of Eternity has 3 health, an attack cost of 2, and an attack damage of 2. And their ability is whenever you place 1 or more +1 attack counters on a boss or a fighter on your team, draw a card. Okay, this is crazy. Plus, Shaman of Eternity has a little bit of synergy there. Most expensive Phantasmal that I've seen so far, 2 token costs instead of 1, which is what we usually see. But since you get that card draw from placing the +1 attack counter, which is what Phantasmal does once, you'll get that card draw. So really synergizes kind of like your tribal piece for like Phantasmals just kind of like your keyword synergy there. So already you have like a 2 cost, 3 damage fighter that draws you a card, replaces itself. Very, very useful. Just I mean, it's not even like a tech unit. It's like kind of just like your central synergy unit. Like all of your phantasmal units are kind of built around this. So you really don't want them to remove this. So you're gonna want like enforcer units, that kind of thing to protect this until you can get as much value as you can. But this is a really excellent value piece. And it kind of has that tension there, like, do you spend your tokens to get in the Phantasmal so you get the card draw? So then whatever they do, at least you have that card advantage if they're spending like a card or their turn or a bunch of tokens to take Shaman of Eternity out. Or do you go ahead and attack, remove whatever's like potentially dangerous or like could take out Shaman of Eternity first? So you kind of have that kind of a tense situation there to decide what you want to do when Shaman of Eternity comes out if you don't have an Enforcer. So really interesting card. I think that you could definitely build around this, and that's kind of like what it's for. Really makes the whole Phantasmal units kind of gives you a place to build from. And it's interesting that Shaman of Eternity is from the Boom when Incarnate is like the sub-faction that has a lot of Phantasmals. I wonder what their story is. Okay, so now we have Deluxe Brutal Savant. So this is a level 6. I don't think I sorted them by level. No, okay, it's sorted by type and level. Okay, just double checking. So Deluxe Brutal Savant is a level 6 Mystic Fighter from the Boom as well. And they have 6 health. They've got a 2 attack cost, 3 attack. So definitely a higher level than Shaman of Eternity. But once you get Shaman of Eternity online, similar thing going on with Deluxe. The 2 attack cost with 3 attack. So Deluxe has ability. You could pay 2 tokens and tap Deluxe. Target fighter on your team gets +1 attack counter. That fighter gains one of the following abilities this turn. So you've got Agility, Determination, or Enforcer. So I was just mentioning Enforcer. So Enforcer means this unit has to be attacked before your other units can be attacked. That's fighters and bosses. Okay? They're kind of going backwards here. Determination, that ability means whenever this unit would take lethal damage or be destroyed, I think it's destroyed as well. Tyro has this ability. Let's see if we can find Tyro. But I'll keep talking here. But if they would be removed, instead they go to 1 HP. And they get a +1 counter. But this only happens if they don't already have a +1. Okay, so here's the actual text on Tyro. If Tyro would die, or in this case, if whatever fighter that Deluxe gives this ability to would die, and they don't have a +1 attack counter, instead set them to 1 health and give them a +1 attack counter. Okay, yeah, so that's basically what it does. And then finally, Agility means you can use tap abilities twice that turn, which is awesome. So you could even do this on Deluxe's ability because it doesn't say other fighter. You could go ahead and give Agility to Deluxe, and then Deluxe gets a attack cost of 2 with a attack damage of 4. That's on par with Max Homicide King, which really like strong. Plus I think this has more HP than Max. I'd have to double check on that, but I mean it's a different faction, but that seems really good. And I mean it's not like if you do this you could still attack that same turn. This card seems amazing, honestly. Very, very strong seeming card. I can't find a copy of Max, but I think Deluxe actually has more HP, which is pretty crazy. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, exactly. Like I mean, okay. So technically, you do have to pay 2 tokens and tap twice to get like the same like you're spending more tokens. It would be 6 tokens before you get in a 2 attack, or it'd be 4 tokens before you get a 2 attack cost for 4 damage. So I mean, yeah, you are spending more tokens. But Deluxe, I mean, he's got a lot of versatility compared to Max, and he has an extra HP, which is pretty excellent. Now, Max is a common, and this is a rare. But I would say because of that extra 1 attack on Max, it's not like strictly better, but this definitely seems a lot stronger. Like, I mean, 3 different ability choices, that +1 attack counter, the ability to like spread around the ability, or the buff. Like, you could go ahead and give Deluxe agility, and then give him determination if he's taking damage. I mean, this unit seems out of hand. I mean, or out of leg in the case he's got a synth foot that he's holding that's sparking. Yeah. Okay. So let's keep going. Okay, we've seen this card before, but it's very, very interesting. And the more we see with these +1 attack token synergy cards, well, not Yoshi, but Shaman of Eternity and Deluxe both have that kind of synergy thing. This just, like, the more cards we see, the stronger roll call seems. So it's a 5 token tactic, and you get to choose one. You can either distribute up to 5 +1 attack counters among fighters on your team, or draw a card for each fighter with a counter on it on your team. Now, from what I understand from this, that distribute up to 5 +1 attack counters, that would mean that you could put all 5 on one. And then if you have a 0 attack cost, you could just swing in with a huge attack, like at least 6 damage. That seems crazy. This is in response to that unit would have to survive. I mean, they could do push, and then that unit's out, and you just wasted roll call, and they got a token advantage. But on the other hand, you can get some crazy, crazy damage that way. The other ability, though, I mean, if you already have that synergy going on with the ethereal ability, or the phantasmal, I keep calling it ethereal, phantasmal ability, you can get a lot of cards with the roll call, like insane amounts of cards. And you don't have to worry about milling out, because once you draw the last card of your deck, you shuffle your graveyard into your deck, and you keep playing. So this card seems amazing. Versatile, in a similar way that Deluxe was versatile. And it can close out games. Like, I mean, and if you want to distribute it amongst a bunch and then play another roll call, I mean, this is amazing. And our last rare, we're also got one more after this, though, with the Mythic. We'll talk about that in a second. But this is Sword from Nowhere. And there is we'll talk about it when we talk about uncommons. But there's a Forge Master card, I think is what they're called. And it looks like they're pulling this out of like their Cloak of Holding. But this, anyways, just really cool sword here. Level 6 Mystic Weapon with a wield cost of 2 and +X to attack. And then weapons interwield to a fighter. So this would you just level 6, you pick a fighter, it has the Sword from Nowhere, and it's wielding it. So what does this do specifically? The wielder gets +X attack equal to the number of tactics and responses in your discard pile. So this seems kind of like a help out for like a control finisher deck that focuses a lot less on fighters and more on like your spell-like cards, like your tactics and responses. And then you can also pay 2 and destroy Sword of Nowhere to return a tactic or response card from your discard pile to your hand. Okay, so there's a card, Derail, and it destroys all fighters in play. This card, like, if you're out of fighters and your opponent's like got a board state and like you already played Derail earlier and they're just playing like really heavy amounts of fighters, you could say, well, I don't have anything to attach Sword from Nowhere anyways, like 2 anyways. Go ahead and pay your 2 tokens. And then for 5, get that Derail out and just annihilate the board again. And the Sword from Nowhere sticks around whenever you can play a unit, or whenever you can play a fighter. go ahead and pay your 2 tokens and attach it again. Well, sword. Well, it would be destroyed. So actually, you do destroy the sword from nowhere. I did. I even just read that. So yeah, like I mean, you're kind of spending it to get back a powerful card. This actually would be pretty crazy with roll call. If you do have a board presence and you just use roll call to put a bunch of +1s everywhere, and you're like, well, I like the +1s, but I'd rather have like the card draw. That would be an interesting synergy. Anyways, so a lot of cool things you could do with this card. Very high level weapon. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and switch over to Mythic. We have one Mythic here, and that is Cleef Ancient Eclipse. Okay. It's a really cool martial artist looking individual here. And we did see that Granny had a level 7. Well, this is another level 7 and matching with a 7 health as well. Cleef has a 2 attack cost, 3 attack, and they're from the Boom faction. When Cleef attacks, you may play a tactic card from your discard pile without paying its cost. So everything we were just talking about with the Sword from Nowhere giving you that second chance at a tactic or a response goes for Cleef. I mean, you want those, like, I mean, this is amazing with roll call. Now, I don't know what happens to the tactic. I'm surprised it isn't like if they have another section, like a void section or a section where like cards that you've spent from your discard pile would go, or even like shuffling it back in. They just don't have any of that. So you can just every single turn, and even better with agility, if you go ahead and give him agility via deluxe, I mean, you could use roll call twice. I mean, this could get out of hand. I mean, not to mention you could do like push, destroy 2 units in a turn with agility. I mean, this we're kind of getting to Magical Christmas land. Plus, this is a really late game where powerful stuff's gonna happen, but seems really solid. And his attack isn't bad. They could have went with like a 2 or 1. They just gave him 3 attack damage. Excellent unit. And I mean, it's mythic rare, so it's gonna be hard to obtain. But I want to see how this card plays. I mean, I think it's gonna be really cool. Okay, so that's all for today. It was kind of a shorter video, and at the end here, I just want to explain why I'm doing rares and mythics right now. I recorded kind of inside baseball here for a second, but I recorded uncommons, and I couldn't. I guess I messed up the audio. Oh, and I got pop up here. Let me go ahead and exit that. It's just my software stuff. Anyways, but yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. That's also why the video is coming out a little bit late. I'm trying to get it in early, but you know. All right, well, have a good one, and thank you for listening.